This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Rifle TV in association with Macca's in Marbella. It's fight night, fight day.
Fight morning.
Fight morning.
Yeah.
Is it still morning?
Yeah.
Afternoon, no. Time we on?
Morning. Quarter past 11.
With me, I've got GAVIN McDONNELL and Dave Caldwell. Now Dave, I know James interviewed you twice this week, but you're yet to see these interviews.
I don't know what to say about James, to be honest. Quite unprofessional. I think he's got a bit of an agenda against me.
I don't know what the reason for
Or
it.
was he drunk when he was holding camera, because he was kind of like...
Bit slow on uptake, innit? Uploading them.
He's got a backlog, that's what I'm going to say.
Too much partying.
Get him about Wednesday. Something to watch on Wednesday.
After the fight. He'll put it up after the fight.
After the fight.
Yeah.
Gav, JORGE Sanchez stands in your way, eliminated for the WBC title, also for the silver title. So we've seen what the silver title can do for people. I mean, it doesn't make you obviously next in line immediately, but it puts you in good stead for going forward for a world title shot. So first of all, JORGE Sanchez undefeated, 15-0 I believe, knocks out 9. What have you seen of him?
There's bits of footage on him there. I mean, it looks like he can punch a little bit. So obviously he's going to be dangerous early on. He's undefeated. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to lose the opportunity to go on and fight for a world title. Do you know what I mean? And put himself in good position, earn some good money. He's not going to want to get beat, so he's going to be a game fighter. And I'm just going to be switched on. You know what I mean? And focused. He's never gone by 8 rounds. The kid's fighting in front of 20,000, which he probably hadn't done before. So, do you know what I mean? I'm going to get in there and just stay focused and just do what we've worked on. And I can't see nothing but a win.
Dave, every time over the last sort of 18 months where Gavin's fought and he's been in a fight where people have judged it that he could easily lose this fight, he's proved people wrong. Yeah. People like Malinga and Parody expected to be, do you know what I mean, people that could beat Gavin, but he's come through that. So what will Sanchez provide?
See, the thing is with Gavin as well, I mean, going back to the Lee Wood fight, I was asked what I thought of that fight, who I thought would win. Obviously I weren't working with Gavin then, and I picked Gavin for the reason being that he's had real fights coming through and being put in them sort of situations where he's got somebody coming to win rather than just coming to see how they do and get through rounds or whatever. He's been in fights where local derbies starting off, where Steffi's putting him in against local kids coming to try and win area title fights, stepping up. He's constantly been stepping up in real fights and in fights where he's been tested. And this is a similar sort of fight where Sanchez, he's without a doubt he can punch. Without a doubt, the things that his opponent's legs do when he hits him means he can punch. You don't inflict that sort of damage on people if it's just the fact that you're a quality fighter and they're nothing, they're levels below. It's about how people react when you actually get hit with one shot. So he can undoubtedly punch. But I don't believe that he's been in fights like Gavin has, where he's been the underdog, tough fights where he's losing. Right again, going back to Lee Wood, he was losing that fight big. You know, a lot of kids had fold. There's something to say about fighters where they can be losing a fight or losing a couple of rounds, not panic, still go out and do what they need to do. And he's one of those kids. And his last fight, our first fight together, was the Parody fight. And every single round where he come back, we have a chat. He goes back out and does everything that you ask him to. Stays calm, stays focused. He doesn't get carried away with his own success in a fight. So even though he was comfortable in that fight, it worked Parody out. He knew what needs to be done. He didn't get giddy about it, and then all of a sudden start thinking I'm a big puncher and I can start winning him in. Until the last couple of rounds when he knew the body shots were working and the cumulative effect was coming on. Then he came back to the corner and I said to him, I said, listen, if you want this last round, you can stop him. You can go out there and put it on, and he started rattling him. But again, he still reined himself in. He knew Because when a fighter's in there, when they're hitting somebody, they kind of know whether they're gone or not. And he knows how to judge that. His knowledge in a boxing ring now is becoming so much more improved. His punch picking so much improved. And put all that together, and with the real fights that he's had, I think that's what's going to make the difference for this fight. But I do think it's especially the first few rounds, 3-4 rounds, he's got to be mentally so switched on, because my one fault with him is that he can be a slow starter, and he can't afford to be a slow starter because Sanchez is a fast starter. So he needs to be out of the blocks mentally, tuned in, straight in his rhythm, thinking about what's coming back, and switched on.
Yeah. Get straight into rhythm, innit? I mean, he's going to be dangerous, this kid. I think the first half at fight is obviously where he could cause me problems if he lands. So obviously, I've just got to be switched on, focused, and not let him, not give him anything to hit. If he's got no to hit, you know what I mean, then that's gonna suit me. You know what I mean? He's not gone by 8, so that's going to be in his mind. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take him into stretch. You know what I mean? And hopefully he might slow up.
You've done it now domestically, and there is now sort of, you're on the path towards a world title shot. So tonight is the first sort of stepping stone where hopefully this year you get through tonight against Sanchez and you get yourself into that final eliminator spot for Seja. But you've got a route there now which is, and Eddie Hearn's proven in the past that, I know people mock for these eliminators, they final eliminators, but they've proven that they've got the shots for a lot of these fighters.
Yeah, I mean, for Gavin, being honest with you, the fact that this is an eliminator, but it's a WBC title, it gives him a good grip, of the path that he needs to be in. But I'm happy that it wouldn't be this fight and then a world title shot, because he's not ready for that yet. The Parodi fight was a good fight for him because he stepped up and it was a quality European level, established himself as European champion and at that level. Now this fight, he's stepping into world level, so he needs this fight. We'll see, and it's perfect preparation for somebody like Seja, to be honest, somebody that's going to come in trying to blow your head off. So he's got this fight where he's going to learn, add to his knowledge, come through it, get the win, and then he needs another fight, because you can't go from this fight straight into Seja. If this fight into obviously Frampton-QUIGG are at a different level as well, but you can't just rush him straight into that world title. So I'm quite happy that after this one we get a final eliminator and he has to come through that to them, because the reason why he's improving and he's becoming a better fighter is because although it's kind of like being rushed in the fact that he's not having millions of warm-up fights, padded record fights, he's stepping up each time. He's actually the fights that he's having are real meaningful fights where he can get knowledge and learn, and he needs another fight, maybe 2 if that, but another fight definitely after this one.
I mean, obviously the talk has been over the last sort of few years of Quigg Frampton, understandably, both undefeated. Obviously it's led into tonight's main event, and then the likes of Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens, but he's done it now domestically. It's time for sort of Gavin to sort of, like I said, over the next sort of 12 months to put himself amongst those names that everyone always has been talking about in that division.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like you say, he's proved himself domestically. He's proved himself in fights where he's the underdog, and he's shone in fights where they expect to be tough tests. He's been happy to just learn. His brother's getting the accolades. Like you say, your Quigg Framptons, people like that, they're all getting the accolades and people talking about him. But all of a sudden now, in the last few months, I think a lot of people are talking about Gavin McDonnell. But just because now all of a sudden people are talking about him and seeing him as, he's a bit of a dark horse, it doesn't mean that he needs to be rushed into it. It still needs to learn and develop and come on. A key thing for me is when sparring partners spar with you a few months ago, and they spar with you now, and then the difference that they're seeing, and the sparring partners that we've had for this fight that we used for the Parodi fight as well, have all said there's a massive change in.
Okay. Are you bothered about what dressing room you're going tonight?
I am actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, what a big one. Big sofas.
Because I heard Sanchez wants the home dressing room.
No chance I'll pull out that fight. I'm not having it.
I've heard it's all a joke now, apparently. According to, I read a...
Well, apparently not.
No, I read on Sky Sports.
Yeah, but apparently it's not actually being resolved.
No, but have you read the story about Barry
I've read the
McGuigan
story
saying that
on
it was a
Sky.
fabrication on their behalf? They wanted to unsettle Scott.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Was it a joke? Was it not
Go
a
on,
joke?
speak better.
I don't
Oh,
think
really?
well, it might do for some fighters. Yeah, it won't bother me, like, you know what I mean? What I don't like is when you get chucked in a little dingy and you're all on top of each other, you know what I mean? You've got no space. That does me head in, but as long as you've got a decent size.
Holes like that. Whenever there's been a shut hole, they put about... Because there's not enough dressing
Hang on,
rooms.
hang on a minute.
There's
If you're talking
8 of
about
them.
dressing rooms, what about the house fighters, the main event fighters at your call?
All right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got this little chain room about this big that half it's taken up by a single cubicle shower.
Actually,
They've got no
we're
room.
talking about places. We're talking about the Olympia in Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
You've got a curtain,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's no rooms there, is there?
No,
It's just
an
turn it
open
off.
one. But going back to that, I mean, what I gather from it is it's in Manchester, yeah, but Quigg's had to walk about knowing, Frampton's name's first on the whole build-up. Frampton-Quigg. They've given up on a few different things like your ring walks and instructions and stuff. And that, although to people on the outside that doesn't really mean anything, to a lot of fighters it does kind of mean something. I mean, I've worked with a lot of fighters that that coming out second and being introduced last and things, that does mean something. Once the bell goes, it don't mean anything at all. But it's all about making your fighters feel good, massaging their ego at that time, just making them. It's like if you ask any fighter when they put on the new shorts or new boots, man, you feel like $1 million. Put on your old shorts and stuff, it's just whatever, but it's just psychological, just to make them feel good. Once that bell goes, they don't give a shit what changing rooms have been.
Ticks little boxes,
Yeah.
you know, like all my fights have been on fighter, always come out second. And when I fought Lee Wood, I didn't know. An hour before they says, "Oh, you're walking second." I says, "I'm walking second. I'm on fighter." He says, "Yeah, but you'll be introduced second." In ring, I says, "I'd rather walk for second." And then that was on my mind. You know what I mean? It's little things, and you're like, and now I got into a little bit. I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Just little things, you know. Obviously, fucking plays on your mind. But when I got in there, obviously, I stopped him. So
Was that the reason why you're getting beat for the first 4 or 5
That
rounds?
probably that was still on my
Do
mind.
you know what though? I love it all. You know, I hope there's another little thing to like about the gloves, or there's another debate about the officials, or
Is
all
there
adds
something
to it.
about commentators that's come out?
yeah. Well,
What's this about? I've not heard everything.
This is what Joe Gallagher said to me yesterday, so I'm not going to quote it as being. This is what he said, that there was an issue about Nick Hawley being the commentator for Sky. I don't know why. This is what Joe Gallagher said, so I'm not going to sit here and go, this is gospel, and I'm just going from what Joe's telling me. So, apparently,
I will
yeah.
say it's been a fun, but as a neutral, it's been a fun build-up because that press conference the other day was just. It's just funny. You've got everybody kicking off with each other, different.
I think they forget where they are, like for about a brief 30-40 second spell, where they're all.
And what about Joe and Shane kicking off on stage?
I know.
Do you know, you sit
Clifton and
back-
Barry.
Clifton and Barry. Yeah.
I opened paper yesterday and back at one of the papers, it was like, big fuss about changing room. If you're not a big boxing fan and you open, you think, they're arguing over and changing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, it's childish stuff, but nobody wants to back down. I mean, nobody wants to give in and give up. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it.
But the thing is though, if you're a fighter, let's say you're Carl Frampton, and you're going to get a couple of million for tonight's work, and your manager or your promoter tells you, unless you're in that change room, we're pulling out a fight, or are you going to tell me as a manager or a promoter, and tell me if I don't have that change room, forget about me 2 million, forget about what I'm earning, forget about the big win, and then are you then going to tell the fans that have paid out all that money, we pulled out because we didn't get his dressing room, all the fans that have paid for hotels, the people that have bought Sky Box Office already, are you then going to tell Barney Francis that the reason why you collapsed the whole event was because you didn't get the change room? No, you're not. So how are you going to pull out the fight because you don't get the change rooms? I don't understand that bit. How does that bit get enforced? If Quigg turns around and says, know, gets in that change room, camps in that change room, and is in that change room, are they going to pull out of the fight and blow that money for change rooms? Would you?
No.
Would you as a fighter?
I'd get changed in the toilet and warm up in there, me for £2 million, like.
But being realistic, that's what you're looking at, aren't you? That's what you're denying over change rooms. So I do think half of it is just
ring walks.
you want your own way. And you do want your own way, and that's how it should be. Every fighter and every team wants their own way to get everything perfect. But if you can't on something like that, you're not going to pull out a fight. Not for a change. I can see it for different things if you're coming overweight or whatever. So roll. I'm not taking the fight. Gloves possibly.
Ring walk.
No. A ring walk? No. You won't pull out of the fight with ring walk.
Oh, okay.
Not
I'm just casting my mind back to a couple of months ago.
If you're getting yeah, but it wouldn't come to that. If you're talking like a few quid, then yeah. But you know when you're talking about big money, when you're talking about life-changing sorts of money, you are not going to pull out of a fight because of your ring walk, because of your dressing room. I'm sorry, but you're not. Unless you've got Mayweather money and a couple of million's nothing to you. And you're going to go and emigrate, so all the fans that have paid and things like that won't cost out. You don't hear them slagging them off or don't chin you in the street. It's not going to happen, is it?
Alright, well listen, it's like, I think it's about midday now, so first fight's at 4 o'clock. What time are you fighting?
We're looking at half 9.
9:30.
9, 12:09.
So I think it's going to be a long day, long night, but let's hope everything goes to plan.
Yeah.
For whoever.
Yeah. You can do another interview here tonight with a new belt.
I'll be doing that in the changing rooms.
And another one here.
Okay.
Just
Does he know
just-
that? What I
just-
said the other day, don't, does he?
No.
Okay, good. Neither.
Just hopefully this actually goes out.
This is going out now.
I've got a feeling it'll go out because you're doing it, not James. I've always liked James. Yeah.
Alright, well listen, Dave, Gavin, thanks for talking to Eiffel TV. Like I said, do what you got to do until you go into the arena later on and do your thing.
See you up there.
Get another belt.
That's it.
The McDonald's are collecting them like Smarties.
Got to be done, hasn't it? My little lad wants a new one.
Is it party out there? It is actually.
So our kids just pulled up, yeah.
Oh, is he here now?
Yeah. So I keep looking at him.
Has he gone in?
Is he there?
Yeah, I bet he's going for that breakfast.
Yeah, he's just there, yeah.
Nice one.
Alright, listen, we'll catch up with you after the fight, alright?
Yep.
Best of luck.
See you later.